All right, Shalom, Shalom, Israel. This is Brother Azariah from W5, Jersey, Philly, coming back with another video. Give all honor and glory to the Most High Yahweh, which the world calls God, and Yahweh Shai, which the world calls Jesus Christ. Shalom, Shalom. Lord willing, you brothers and sisters, you staying strong, you waxing mightier and mightier in the faith and in your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. As the days go on, you continue to grow in faith, you continue to grow in your understanding. All right, Lord willing, wisdom is growing in your breast if you have ears to hear. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to just hop right into the video. And this video is going to be built off of the book of Proverbs, the 20th chapter. All right, 20 and verse 22 to be exact. All right, so this is Proverbs 20 and 22. A lot of brothers and sisters need this, all right? So Lord willing, this will be edifying. It says, say not thou, I will recompense evil. So the Lord's telling you, playing upon tables is simple. Anyone can understand this. He said, don't take it upon yourself to say I'm going to recompense evil. You know, so us being in this truth, for example, we understand we're the gods on the earth. We're the true children of Israel. Now, does that mean, you know, me, I live around Amalekites. I could just go up to any Amalekite and just kind of just throw things at them, then throwing tomatoes at them. Ooh, y'all not the Israelites. That's not what you do, man. Are you trying to rob Amalekites? All right, you know, they robbed me. They took my nationality, so I'm going to rob them. All right. You know, there's brothers that actually think it's okay to rob Edomites. All right. Well, that's not in the Bible. That's recompensing evil. The Lord said, you can't recompense evil. He said, say not thou, I will recompense evil. We know the things Esau has done to us is evil, wicked, trifling. All right. Just look around you. All right. You know, if Esau hasn't dealt treacherously the way that they have done, hey, this little house I'm in, hey, I wouldn't be here. I might have a mansion somewhere. My cattle outside, you know, I got the fat of the land. But Esau has dealt wickedly with us. Now, does that mean you go and recompense them for their evil? The Lord said, no, you don't do that. He said, say not thou, I will recompense evil, but wait on the Lord. So patience is key in the Bible. You don't just go and do whatever the hell you want. All right. No, patience is very key. He even told you when it comes to even with counseling. All right. He says before every matter, paraphrasing in Sirach 37:16, before every thing you do, paraphrasing, seek counsel first. So what does that mean? Don't be hasty in spirit to do something. Wait, talk to somebody, relax, chill, evaluate. That's what you must do. You got to evaluate in this thing. Do I really got to fight this Edomite? They stole my nationality. I'm going to beat up on this Edomite. Or even it may come down to your brother. All right, your brother may have done you wrong or dealt falsely with you. Do you go and treat him according as he has done unto you? No. What do? You pray and wait on the Heavenly Father. That's what we're doing in this thing. That's why we read daily. We meditate on the scriptures daily. All right, we do the works of the Lord daily. We try to keep the commandments of the Lord daily. We're waiting on the Lord. All right, this is the process. You got to keep the commandments, do that which is required of you, then you will receive a just reward. But that doesn't say you just go out and do your own thing, as the Lord is saying. He says, but wait on the Lord and he shall save thee. So again, like I said, Jake, you got to have patience, man. All right, I know when we deal with Jake out there, they trying to go, they got ants in their pants. Oh, I got to go home. This is taking too long. That Jake is just like that in the truth. All right. Just because you came out of the world, Jake is still Jake, man. Whether, like he said, Salakia, hey, Jew nor Greek, you the damn same thing, man. All right? Certain things and ways Jake thinks in the world, you come into the truth and you still have that same mindset. There's brothers that's impatient. They were impatient in the world, now they came in the truth and they still have that bad trait, that bad habit, where they're impatient. Oh, I just came in the truth. I thought the sky was about to crack by now. As soon as I got my fringes on, the Lord should have came back and redeemed me, man. All right? That's not the mindset you must have. You should wait on the Lord. This is the book of Hebrews 10 and verse 37. All right? This is Hebrews 10 and verse 37. All right, Hebrews 10 and 37, and it says, for yet a little while, and he that shall come will come and will not tarry. But what's key in that? He says, for yet a little while. Just calm down, Jake. Take a chill pill. Relax, King. The Lord's coming back. He says, for yet a little while, and he that shall come, which is Yahweh Shai, all right, will come and will not tarry. So he's not going to take longer than he should. Now, according to man, you may think, oh, the Lord's taking too long. I've been in the truth 50 years, 10 years. Why the sky ain't cracked yet? Well, because it's not time yet, all right? Let me get this other precept in Habakkuk, all right, classic. All right, Habakkuk 2 and verse 3. All right, this is the book of Habakkuk 2 and verse 3. It says, for the vision, so the vision of Yahweh Shai coming and redeeming us out of this captivity, taking us out of this hardcore bondage, it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. So the Lord has a time for everything. That's why he told you that in Ecclesiastes 3 and 1. All right, there's a time to kill. There's a time to love. There's a time to hate. All right, there's a time to do everything under the sun. Just like there's a time for us to endure in this captivity, endure the affliction, the bondage, all right, the everyday trials that you catch, whether it be with your wife, whether it be with Esau at work, whether it's just a job period. Your job may be damn hard, man. You damn breaking your back all damn day. You go home, you tired, you got a little bit of time to study, then you got to go back to work the next day. It don't matter what the hell it is, all right? There's a time for everything. You got to deal with it, all right? Right now is the time for us to stay in our captivity. Why? Because we have sinned against the Heavenly Father, all right? You're being judged for your works right now, all right, and for the sins of your forefathers. So you got to deal with it. And there's also a time to be saved, a time for redemption, a time for the chariots and the angels to come through and then shut this whole show down, man. All right? There's a time for everything. I'm going to read this again. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. So when it comes, it shall speak. Meaning it's going to be plain upon tables. You're like, damn, this is what I was reading about in the scriptures. This is the day I was waiting on, the day of the Lord, the day of my salvation. It says, and not lie, though it tarry, so in man's eyes it may tarry. You know, you're like, damn, it's taking too long. Where the Lord at? All right. It says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Is that a contradicting statement? No, because like I just explained to you, man, it's kind of tarrying till you think it's long. But he said, hey, just wait a little bit. It won't tarry. When it comes, it's here. All hell gonna break loose. He said, Babylon's gonna be destroyed in an hour. Now, that may not be a literal hour. It's just for it's going to take a certain amount of time. But when he said that he threw that hour in there, that's to show you how quick it's going to happen. It's going to happen with the snap of the fingers, man. All right? All hell going to break loose. Your enemy's going to be destroyed before you. And next thing you know, hey, you in the damn wilderness going under the getting the covenants, man. All right? You know, receiving the different covenants. The covenants with the animals. All right, getting a law in your heart, all right, your inward parts. Before you know it, all these things will come to pass. But he said, wait, all right, wait for it. The Lord, remember, let me get this real quick in Numbers 23 and 19. Remember, the Lord's not like Jake, all right? There's a lot of Jake we encounter on the streets. They're like, hold on, wait, I'll be back, I'll be back. And then next thing you know, they went through the front door of the store that they said they was going to come back from. And then they went inside and they went through the back door so that they can avoid us. The Lord's not Jake, man. That's niggatry. The Lord is not up there being a nigga. He's sagging his pants. He got cool shades on. All right, got bandanas on his head. The Lord's not no damn nigga, man. All right, the Lord is a just God. This is the book of Numbers 23 and verse 19. All right, Numbers 23 and verse 19. And it says, Yahweh is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? So the Lord, he told us he's going to redeem us out of our captivity. It says, and shall he not do it? Or hath he spoken, and shall he not make it good? Because you got Jake out here, like I said, on some niggatry time, man. They making vows and promises, but yet they not keeping it. Neither do they really intend to keep it neither. You know, Jake is just a damn liar out here, man. The Lord, he told you, he said, I'm not a man that I should lie. When I told you I'm gonna redeem you out of this captivity, I got you, man. It's written in the scriptures. The things that's written are gonna come to pass. I'm gonna get this one precept in Amos 9 and verse 14. All right. This is the book of Amos 9 and verse 14. It says, "And I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel, and they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them, and they shall plant the vineyards and drink the wine thereof. They shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them. And I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land, which I have given them, saith the Lord thy God." So the Lord, he already told you, I'm going to redeem you out of your captivity. And I'm going to cause you to go in your land, and you're going to build the waste cities. These things were written and ordained from the beginning. So all these things must come to pass. But you have to have patience. You got to wait. The Lord, he's always redeemed you, man. He always saved you out of your captivities. This is the book of Psalms 80, and I'm going to start at verse 8. All right. This is Psalms 80 and verse 8. Psalms 80 and 8. It says, "Thou hast brought a vine out of Egypt. Thou hast cast out the heathen and planted it." So the Lord just said, well, David just said through the Spirit, he says, "Thou hast brought a vine out of Egypt." Who is the vine? The vine he's speaking of is Israel. Let me get a precept real quick. Hosea 11 and 1. All right. This is the book of Hosea. All right, bear with me. Hosea 11 and verse 1. Hosea 11 and 1. It says, "When Israel was a child, then I loved him and called my son out of Egypt." So the vine that he was speaking of when he said, "I brought my vine out of Egypt," he was talking about Israel. Now, he likened Israel unto a vine because a vine, you got to take care of the vine. Or the roots may go bad. Whatever plants or crops is connected to the vine is going to go bad. All right. If you're not taking care of the crops, it's going to go bad. All right. But the Lord, he takes care of us. We're like a vine. We need to be taken care of. All right. You know, you got to put the right amount of water on us. The Most High, he deals with us in that manner, just like you'll deal with your plants or your garden. All right. So it says, thou hast brought a vine out of Egypt. Thou hast cast out the heathen and planted it. So the Lord, he even cast out the heathen, man. He said, man, I ain't dealing with the heathen. And he planted Israel. Like I said, like a plant. You got to take care of a plant. Remember, in Israel as a whole, you are the Lord's vineyard. All right, let me get this classic in Isaiah. Actually, I'm going to go to Jeremiah 12 and verse 10. All right, this is the book of Jeremiah 12 and verse 10. All right, you also got Isaiah 5 and 7. That's the classic. All right, we're going to grab another one. This is Jeremiah 12 and verse 10. It says, "Many pastors have destroyed my vineyard." He's talking about the prophets of old. They have destroyed Jacob. They have destroyed Israel. It says, "Many pastors have destroyed my vineyard. They have trodden my portion underfoot. They have made my pleasant portion a desolate wilderness. They have made it desolate, and being desolate, it mourneth unto me. The whole land is made desolate, because no man layeth it to heart." See that? So he said, hey, the prophets, they have desolate or made Israel desolate. How they make Israel desolate? They pour, instead of pouring water on Israel, they damn pouring soda on us. All right. We all know you can't pour some Pepsi over a damn plant, over a flower, over a lily. It's going to destroy itself. It's going to decay. That's how the prophets of old have dealt with us. All right, they slowly but surely destroyed us with different philosophies, allowing us to do certain things that was contrary to the law. So he says, they have made it desolate, and being desolate, it mourneth unto me. So Israel, we have mourned unto the Lord. Now, do you think the Lord, he's just hearing us cry out, all right, help, help, Lord? And the Lord's just watching, I'm going to let them do their own thing. All right, and they got to make it out on their own. No, the Lord, he hears the cries of the saints. Let me get this in, I want Exodus 3 and verse 7. All right, this is the book of Exodus 3 and verse 7. It says, "And the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people." So, Slacky, so the Lord, he said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people. Because we understand through the precepts, nothing is hidden from the eyes of the Lord, man. All right. So he said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people, which are in Egypt. Now, this is talking about old Egypt, obviously. But we understand we're still dwelling in Egypt now. This is spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah in Egypt. This is Egypt. All right. It says, and the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people and heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters. So we have taskmasters in this thing. Now on the lower level, your boss, he's your taskmaster. All right, but on the higher level, Esau and the other nations that's feeding you your food, they giving you your money, they giving you your house. All right, they supplying you with TV, shoes, whatever the case may be. They're your taskmasters. Because you have to go to these different oppressors and different nations to get food, to get water, nakedness. He told you that in Deuteronomy 28 chapter and verse 48. You have to serve these your enemies in the want of thirst, nakedness, clothing, all right, and in the want of all things. So here in this Egypt now, we have taskmasters. We have somebody we look up to. And if we don't operate a certain way, and they going to judge us, they going to get on us. Jake, you get sent to jail by your taskmasters. Or you may get fired by your taskmaster. All right. So we have taskmasters, and we have been crying out to the Lord by the reason of our affliction that's coming from our taskmasters. For I know their sorrows. It says, and I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians. It doesn't say, oh, I'm going to let them deal with it. All right. Hey, be strong, be a man. All right. That's not what the Lord is saying here. He says it. I'm going to read it again. It says, and I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians and to bring them up out of that land unto a good land and a large, unto a land flowing with milk and honey, unto the place of the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Amorites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites. Now we understand that's talking about the days of old. But I'm going to grab this real quick. This is 2nd Ezra 5 and verse 42. All right, 2nd Ezra 5 and 42. It says, and he said unto me, I liken my judgment unto a ring, like as there is no slackness of the last. So the Lord, he wasn't slack with the old prophecy. When he told them, I'm going to deliver you out of this captivity. He even told Abraham, he said, your seed will sojourn in in a strange land, all right, for 400 years. That's Genesis 15 and 13 on down. He told him that. And he also said I would deliver them. And that's what he did. So just like there was no slackness in the old, all right, it says, even so there is no swiftness of the first. All right. So there's no swiftness neither. Meaning, oh, I need the Lord to come right now. What time is it? It's 5 o'clock. The Lord should have been here then 3 o'clock. No, the Lord's not being swift because he's not going to be swift and he's not on your time. All right. He's going to come when it's time to come. He's going to deliver you when it's time to deliver you, man. So the same way he delivered you in the days of old, he's going to do that again. I'm going to get this in Ecclesiastes 1 and verse 9. All right. This is the book of Ecclesiastes 1 and verse 9. All right. It says, the thing that hath been, it is that which shall be. So that's where they get this, that term, history repeats itself. All right. Certain things happened in the past and now they happen again. We understand there was a time of segregation. Now we understand those days are coming back again, but on a higher level in Jacob's trouble. All right. You had Jake in the past fighting for certain rights. Now you have Jake out here again fighting for this Black Lives Matter thing. What is this Black Lives Matter movement about? About getting certain rights. All right. So these things we understand that which hath been. All right. It says the thing that hath been, it is that which shall be. So it's going to happen again. And that which is done, it is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. So the Lord delivering us out of this captivity, this already happened before. The Lord has been saved us out of several other captivities. We know, like he said in Nehemiah 9 and 27, he said, I set up many saviors for Israel. All right. In the time of Judges, you know how much brothers came through and saved Israel and took them out of their captivity. All right. So the Lord, he's going to do the same thing now. Now in those times, Jake might have thought, damn, in a moment, damn, the Lord's taking long. But when the salvation came, it came and they were happy. That's how you got to think now. All right. You have to understand the Lord, just like he said, there was no swiftness in the first. Hey, there's not going to be a swiftness now. Just like there was no slackness in the last, there's not going to be any slackness now. So ultimately, this thing all comes down to faith. You have to continue to have faith in this thing. You got to believe in the Lord. Believe that the Most High will save you out of all things. This is the book of Hebrews 10, and I'm going to start at verse 23. All right. This is Hebrews 10 and verse 23. It says, let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering. So he said, let us hold the profession of our faith without wavering. Don't be like, I think I'm gonna have faith today. Then tomorrow, I don't really think the Lord's coming back. Cause for example, not this year. I believe it was earlier last year, when Soleimani was killed. Now, all last year, it was a damn roller coaster last year. Between COVID and Soleimani being killed, forest fires, threats of war, all hell was breaking loose. I think they've damn revealed that there's UFOs, which they say are UFOs. They revealed all the, not footage, but they revealed that the chariots of the Lord exist. So there was a lot of things going on last year. Now the tensions in the earth would go high. Now Jake, they like, yo, I think the Lord's coming back. You know, I gotta have faith right now. Let me try to build up my faith. Then the Lord kind of died it down. All right, it kind of died it down. You know, the USA didn't go to war with Iran, so it kind of died down. All right, Iran didn't retaliate. Then you had Jake. Their faith started wavering. They're like, damn, I thought this was the end right here. Isn't this what the brothers on the street corners was teaching about? Then they're like, man, I don't know if I really believe in the Lord. Then again, when the COVID came out, then they start trying to have faith again. Damn, this is the end right here. Then the COVID didn't really kick up as it was supposed to be. Then they slowly but surely start opening things up. Then Jake, they start losing faith again. The Lord said you can't be like that. All right, through the ups and the downs, the roller coasters, the big ups, the big downs, you gotta always have faith in the Lord. And ultimately, the Lord, he was doing that. The Lord does things like that to sift people out, because he understands there's people, they're very hasty. So things like that, situation like that will kind of take them out of the truth. Those that aren't supposed to be in the truth, they'll kind of fall away from the truth, because now they think, and one time they thought that this was the end, and then now that it died down, now they're thinking in their mind, well, I got 20 more years, I'm going to go back into the world. Not knowing that it's impossible to come back when you go into the world. So these men, you can't be like that. He says, let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering. Don't be a wavering man. Don't be like them brothers that was up and down with the roller coaster. It says, for he is faithful that promised. So the Lord is faithful. He made a promise. He's going to fulfill that promise. Like we read earlier again, I'm going to keep going back to that. All right. He said, I'm not a man that I should lie. All right. So this is Hebrews 10, and I'm going to get verse 38. This is Hebrews 10 and verse 38. It says, now the just shall live by faith, but any man, it says, now the just shall live by faith. So those that are just, they're going to live by faith. And obviously works come with that as well. But the righteous man, he's going to have faith. He actually believes in the Lord. Just like you go to Abraham. Let me get that account real quick, and we're going to jump back to this. This is the book of Genesis 15, and I'm going to start at verse 3. All right. Abraham, he lived how? By his faith. All right. He ended up being justified by his faith. So faith was always a requirement. This isn't a New Testament concept. This has always been around. This is Genesis 15 and 3. It says, and Abraham said, behold, to me thou hast given no seed, and lo, one born in my house is mine heir. And behold, the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, this shall not be thine heir, but he that shall come forth out of thine own bowels shall be thine heir. And he brought him forth abroad and said, look now toward heaven, and tell the stars, if thou be able to number them. And he said unto him, so shall thy seed be. And he believed in the Lord, and he counted it to him for righteousness. So when it says he believed, meaning he had faith, and that was counted to Abraham as his righteousness. And he lived, all right? He lived in that faith that he had. The Lord allowed him to wax older and older in this thing, to the point where he had a child in his old age, man. That's how the Lord will deal with you when you have an abounding or a large amount of faith, all right? Even a small amount of faith, even as a mustard seed, like he said in Matthew 17. All right, so going back to this in Hebrews 10 and verse 38. It says, now the just shall live by faith, as we just read. But if any man draw back, meaning you kind of stepping back, you pump faking. All right, that's like in a basketball game. Somebody pass you the ball. All right, you know, they pass you the ball and you kind of took a step back. All right, and you kind of moved and let the ball go past you. Instead of catching it, shooting the shot, he passed you the ball, you kind of step back. Oh, it was too hot for me. I didn't want the ball. It's too much pressure. All right, that's you drawing back. All right, the Lord kind of passing you the ball, and you you step back. And I can't deal with that. That's too much for me. All right, there's some that have drawn back. I'm gonna read this again. It says, now the just shall live by faith, but if any man draw back, you kind of take a step back from this thing. My soul shall have no pleasure in him. So if you continue to be wavering is you taking a step back. That's ultimately going backwards. Because when you're wavering, you're iffy. You don't really know if you believe in the Lord, but you do. You believe, but you don't believe. That's a double-minded man. All right? Being double-minded, that consists of you taking a step frontward sometimes, and then you take a step back. Then you take one sideways, then you kind of go back. Then you go up again, then you kind of going back like a damn roller coaster, man. That's you taking a step back. The Lord said if you draw back, he has no pleasure in you. If you don't believe in the Lord, at some point in this walk, you start doubting. I don't know if the Lord's going to really save me. You losing patience in this thing. It's been 50 years. We've been prophesying of the downfall of Babylon for so-and-so years. I don't know if the Lord's truly coming back. You take a step back, the Lord has no pleasure in you. Now, if the Lord doesn't have pleasure in you, meaning he has no need for you, he's going to destroy you in this very same land called Babylon. All right? And you may be in Africa, man, watching this video. You kind of taking a step back. And the Lord going to destroy you in Africa. China, Russia, wherever the hell you at, the Lord going to put you to death, man. Why? Because he has no pleasure in you. It says, continuing on, but we are not of them who draw back unto perdition. So us brothers, me, myself, I intend not to be like those brothers that draw back unto perdition, meaning destruction. It says, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul. So you're trying to be that brother, all right, just like me, or sister, that's trying to use your belief to save your soul. Because ultimately, that's how you're going to make it. You're going to make it by your faith. Let me get this in 2 Ezra 9 and 7. All right. This is 2 Ezra 9 and verse 7. All right, bear with me. 2 Ezra 9 and 7. It says, and every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. So you're going to be saved by your faith and your works. You're going to need your faith. All right. And like I said, the works, but we dealing with the faith aspect, all right? Because you have brothers, they might do the commandments, but they don't have the faith. So like he said, hey, you're going to have to, I'm going to read that again. That was a beautiful precept in Hebrews 10 and 39. It says, but we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul. So we believe in the Lord so that he can save us in these last days. All right, let me get another one. This is the book of Hebrews 11, and I'm going to start at verse 31. It says, by faith the harlot Rahab perished not with them that believe not, when she had received the spies with peace. It says, and what shall I say more? For the time would fail me to tell of Gideon, of Barak, all right, of Samson, and of Jephthah, of David also, and Samuel, and of the prophets, who through faith subdued kingdoms. See that? So through your faith, you can subdue a kingdom. Now, Esau not going to tell you that. Nobody going to tell you that. But the Bible, but the Lord. All right? And he's telling you right now, he says, by their faith, it says, who through faith subdue kingdoms. That's how powerful faith is. He told you in Matthew 17, he said, if you have faith as a mustard seed, and you could tell the mountains to move yonder and thither. You can move a damn mountain with your faith, man. That's not a saying in the world. That's not from the world. Esau ain't make that up. The Lord told you that. Yahweh Shah told you that himself. All right? I'm going to read this again in 33. It says, who through faith subdued kingdoms, wrought righteousness, obtained promises, stopped the mouths of lions, quenched the violence of fire, escaped the edge of the sword, out of weakness were made strong, waxed valiant in fight, turned to flight the armies of the aliens. Women received their dead raised to life again, and others were tortured, not accepting deliverance, that they might obtain a better resurrection. See that? So some, I'm going to read that again. It says, and others were tortured, not accepting deliverance. Meaning they didn't have faith. They didn't really believe in the Lord. So they were, instead of receiving life, they were giving up to their own lust. All right? Because you had men, even in the old world, they really didn't believe in the Lord. Let me get this in Numbers 14 and verse 1. All right, this is the book of Numbers 14. I'm going to read verse 1. Numbers 14 and 1. It says, and all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night. And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses, meaning they didn't have faith. When you're murmuring, you kind of debate. And I don't really think what Moses is doing is right. All right. It says, and against Aaron, and the whole congregation said unto them, would Yahweh that we had died in the land of Egypt? Or would God we have died in the wilderness? And wherefore hath the Lord brought us unto this land, to fall by the sword, that our wives and our children should be a prey? So they thought that the Lord redeemed them out of Egypt and brought them in the wilderness just to destroy them. They're like, what the hell did the Lord do this for? That's going to happen in the new wilderness too. When we go into the wilderness, you're going to have those that saying the same thing. The Lord just saved us with a mighty hand just to destroy us here in the wilderness. All right, they're going to be purged out, like he said in Ezekiel 20. All right, and again, that's very clear. If we understand that these men were purged out, why would you want to follow these men that's lacking in faith? All right, talking about it's better for us to go into Egypt. Did the Lord just want to destroy us? I'm going to finish it off. It says, and our children should be a prey. Were it not better for us to return into Egypt? So there's some men, they think, they kind of lose faith. They said, let me just go back into Egypt. Now, let me put that in modern day terms. Now, these brothers, they may not believe in the Lord no more. They're like, the Lord taking too long. The Lord got me catching hell like this. Nah, I'm going to go back into Egypt. Meaning they're going to go back into the world. They're going to go back to smoking weed. They're going to go back to being, if there was a homosexual, they're going back to being a homosexual. If there was a damn bull dyke, they're going back to being a bull dyke. Or if there was a freak out here, they going back to being a freak, man. All right? They smoking weed again. All right? They doing heroin again, popping Xans, ecstasies. All right? Every time you see this brother, all right, he's at the club. He throwing money at strippers. All right? These people, they forgot the Lord and they lack faith. And they went back into Egypt, man. They went back and doing the things that they used to do. All right? That's what these men did. Well, they wanted to do. And the Lord, he destroyed them. Straight up. Let me get this in Jude 1 and verse 5. The same thing's going to happen to those that don't believe in the Lord now. All right? You start losing faith. You start wavering. The Lord going to destroy you like he destroyed them in the old. All right? This is the book of Jude 1, and I'm going to read verse 5. It says, I will therefore put you in remembrance. So the Lord is telling you, I'm going to remind you. I'm going to show you something. It says, I will therefore put you in remembrance, though you once knew this. So once upon a time, our forefathers, they knew this. Our elders, they knew this. Our mothers and fathers, they knew this. But we understand through the precepts, Jake has forgotten the works of the Lord. He says, though you once knew this, how that the Lord, having saved the people out of the land of Egypt, afterward destroyed them that believed not. So those that didn't believe, they were destroyed. They didn't make it, man. So you're going to need your faith. I'm going to get one more precept. All right, in Hebrews 3 verse 16. I'm going to end it off with this, Lord willing. All right, this is the book of Hebrews 3, bear with me, in verse 16. It says, for some, when they had heard, did provoke, howbeit not all that came out of Egypt by Moses. But with whom was he grieved 40 years? Was it not with them that had sinned, whose carcasses fell in the wilderness? So those that didn't believe, their carcasses, it fell in the wilderness. They died. All right. It says, and to whom swear he that they should, and to whom swear he that they should not enter into his rest, but to them that believe not. So those that didn't believe, they weren't able to enter into the promised land. Now, those that don't believe now, they're not going to enter into the promised land by the salvation of the Lord. They're going to have to be destroyed in America first. It says, verse 19, so we see that they could not enter in because of unbelief. So you can't make it because of your unbelief out here, man. So Jake, you got to calm down. Have patience in the Lord. Don't be too hasty or the Lord taking too long. The Lord's going to redeem you out of your captivity. Have patience, wait, and have faith. So with that, I'm going to give all honor and glory to the Most High Yahweh, which the world calls God, and Yahweh Shai, which the world calls Jesus Christ, and Shalom, Shalom.